welcome to a new episode of Journey of a Christian Writer. In this episode, I'm going over my first book signing event. How did it go? Overall, my first book signing event went fairly well. For starters, my event took place on February the 21st. I actually had it already scheduled. I just didn't announce or mention anything about it until the last minute, just to give myself, I guess, a little wiggle room, just in case I needed to change the date, because I know how it is when you announce things and people, keeping a watch of you, just see if you're going to follow through and all of that. So I just decided to keep the date a secret, and just waited until pretty much the last minute before I actually announced it. But anyways, the event took place 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., but I stayed an extra hour until 3 p.m. That's when I pretty much wrapped everything up. But anyways, it took place at the Book Lady store in Monroe, North Carolina. And I had a table display, as you can see here. And I also had 3 copies of hardbacks and 3 gloss paperbacks that was on the front counter where everybody checked out. They also had some books displayed there as well. And there was another table behind my table display that I also had, where I had other books and the actual poster of the Pact of Freedom story. But overall, during the event, I was able, by the help of the Lord, to sell 7 copies. And also got a couple online orders as well. But yeah, it went fairly well. From the actual bookstore, I had gotten 70% of the earnings, and the bookstore got 30%. I'm not going to actually say how much altogether that I was able to accumulate through sales, but I will say this, that compared to my online orders for books, I was able to make a nearly 200% difference from this book signing event compared to what I was able to get through online orders, which says a lot, because those that aren't aware, when it comes to online orders on Amazon in particular, as well as for other online retailers, the listing price of your book, for example, if your book is listed for like $12.99 or $13.99, authors do not get that listing price. They only get a small portion per book sale. So if your book is for sale for like $12.99 or $13.99, you only get a small portion of that. And a major reason is because of the printing costs, when it comes to printing each book. It used to be 70% when it comes to KDP publishing, but now it's at 60%. But yeah, it was a big difference in my sales that I was able to get. And I was able to get much more in revenue by this one book event than I ever got through my online orders. So if you are a beginner writer, this is why I really suggest you to do public events, and not just rely on social media and just online orders and online advertisement, but actually do a public event, because it allows you to put yourself out there more as a new author, and you will likely get a lot more sales that way than just relying solely on your online orders and just social media marketing and all those sorts of things. Because there's a whole lot of authors, that are out there that you are going up against. And when you actually do a public event, you don't have to really worry about that competition, So I really advise beginner authors to do public events, and to do them in the right places, That's why I had mine taking place at an actual bookstore, because people buy books there, So if you're going to do a public event and want to do one, it's best to do it in like a bookstore or a library, places like that. Or like some type of arts center, something like that, where people do a lot of different creative things. But yeah, it matters the type of environment as well that you actually do your event, because all of that can help contribute to you being able to get more sales as well. But one of the best places, I believe, to do these types of events is an actual bookstore, whether it be Books A Million or be a small independent bookstore like where I had mine take place at. But yeah, it really can help you in the long run. Lord willing, I do intend to do more book signing events. And I think the more that I do them, I'll get better at how I go about doing them. But yeah, for starters, it went fairly well. One guy, he gave me just $20 for a paperback, even though my paperbacks was only $12.99. So he just paid me that difference because of it being said that I was a good writer. So he just gave me $20 for one of my paperbacks. I appreciate and thank those that came and to show support, all the different syncs that did show up, and just all the ones in general, those that came and showed support. I thank everybody for that, and I'm probably going to go about doing things a little differently next time. Like, for example, I had flyers, but I didn't actually pass them out. I had forgotten to, bring them with me. But I did think to do that, to actually bring copies before the event, but I just forgot to bring them. But anyways, yeah, overall it went fairly well. I do intend, Lord willing, to do more book signing events in the future, Lord willing. And I have 3 extra copies left that I have put inside of my Pangobooks shop. That will be for sale. I currently have a 20% off limited offer on the shop, so you can get a copy of the Pack of Freedom if you wasn't at that event. You can get a copy from my shop and get 20% off of your order. So yeah, I'll have that available. And every book will also have a bookmark of my debut novel, where you can actually order that as well through a QR code if you want. But this is a limited time offer if you want to get a copy for cheaper. I have it listed for $11.99, but with the 20% off, it will only be like $9.59, something like that, if you want to get a cheaper cost book. But that is pretty much all for this episode. And until next time, happy writing. My publishing company, Risen Halo, is now on Pangobooks.
Pangobooks is an online platform where readers can get used books at discounted prices. Are you an avid reader? Interested in getting my Christian fiction books at discounted prices? Then follow my shop to get the notifications on special sales. God bless, and thank you for your support.